What is Factorio Towns? In Factorio Towns, we use trains to transport resources from one town to another town. Those resources are converted into intermediate products, then sent to other towns. Final assembly is completed, and eventually science is researched and rockets are launched. Towns are given unique names and are designed for a specific purpose. In Season 3, our current season, towns are located in unique alien biomes due to the alien biomes mod that we're using. Our train system is designed to efficiently transport materials between towns. Each town has dedicated train stackers and trains assigned to import and export materials. One town will produce red science, another town will produce green circuits, another will mine iron ore. Factorio Towns is a different take on Factorio. No main bus, no city blocks, but we do love our spaghetti. Welcome to Factorio Towns. So here we are in episode 4, and in this episode, Bubloop decided to stop by, and we did some work together. We worked for about an hour and 50 minutes, so we're going to condense that down to about 15 or 20 minutes worth of video here by use of some cuts and also some fast forwarding. But basically, Bubloop wanted to help out in the towns and get things going, help me get things going. So welcome, Bubloop. He's going to show up here any second now on the map, and we're glad to have Bubloop in here helping. So what we do here is, first of all, clean up a bunch of the trees that are around the main town. Our main town is still unnamed as of this point in the video. We will give it a name as the video progresses, but we'll save that for a little bit later. We'll see it at the end. But so basically, I wanted to establish the walls around the town, get a perimeter set up, get some defenses in. Welcome, Bubloop. There's Bubloop right there. Bubloop joined the game. Thanks, Bubloop. We appreciate it. Glad to have you. Hey. So, good to have you back. As you can see, we get this wall going, and Bubloop is asking what he can do. So I'm telling him that we're trying to get a wall established.
Do you have any ideas for a town name?
And also, yeah, I asked him what he wants to name the town. And of course, you can probably guess what his idea is going to be here in just a second.
Bubloop?
Yeah, of course.
I knew you were going to say that somehow.
Yeah, I knew he was going to say Bubloop for the name. And
trying to figure out the size of the starting town.
I'll give it a think. We'll give it a think. But as we go on, Bubloop asks what he can do. So he ends up building the wall while I do a lot of the tree trimming. So he gets out there and gets the wall pretty well established, and then I come around, finish it up, and then later on we'll double it up, thicken it, make it a bit stronger, and we're going to build some.
Yeah, we do need flamethrowers. We're not, and there's really not many resources here, so I'm going to have to bring in. Yeah, I'm going to have to bring in all of the iron and copper and coal and stone and everything. So.
Yeah, Bubloop doesn't have a mic, so he texts
like
in the game, and then I have to communicate with him by voice. Which is kind of inconvenient for this video, but I think it worked out okay all in all. So this is us just working around, getting the walls in. Me trimming the trees, making space for the walls, kind of outlining the shape of the town. And then Bubloop jumps right in and starts placing the walls, and we get all that done. So this might be a good time to speed things up a bit.
I didn't know you had that many hours in Factorio.
So we're using the crawler, the harvester crawler, to clear the trees, which means we end up with hundreds of thousands of trees. And I end up making a bunch of wooden chests, which we'll use later on for tattoos anyway. So it's a good use of the materials that we have anyway. But I do end up handcrafting them, and it's like, I don't know, some thousands of
Challenge?
wooden chests that I end up
Oh, that's what you meant
handcrafting.
by cuts. And they become a real nuisance.
So here I made the complete circuit around the base with the harvester vehicle and cleaned everything up. Got the wall in, so now I'm just going to go around and just kind of give us a little bit more room inside the base. Just clear all these trees that are close to the wall so that we can clean it up and get ready to put down some defenses and things, and also make room for some production. So yeah, that's how this goes. It's not nothing exciting happening here, just a lot of tree trimming. Basically like mowing the grass. So at this point we just kind of clean up the northern part of the base here because we need more room for manufacturing. So I'm going to move the wall out quite a bit and make room for some more production. Just kind of straighten the wall, thicken it, and just make preparations for all the things that we're going to need to get the towns going. Mostly railroad track is a big deal, so I think we're researching railroad. If not yet, then we will be very soon, to make sure that we can get all those things, because that's going to be critical to getting the towns off the ground, is having all the railroad parts. So that's what this is all about. So yeah, we've got the trains now. Bubloop made a train or two just to, I guess, just to test to make sure that everything was working properly. I don't know. And here we are. We decided to name the town Bubloop. Take Bubloop's suggestion because I was completely dry on names for some reason. Usually I'm pretty good at naming things, but I had no ideas for this town. And I thought since Bubloop was the first one to jump in and help with getting this off the ground, then he deserves to have the town named after him. So from now on, welcome to Bubloop in Season 3. That's going to be our main town. And we can thank Bubloop for all his hard work and effort in helping to get this going. I do appreciate that very much. Now this is not going to be, it's not, I don't plan for it to be a regular feature, having Discord members come in and play, but I am not opposed to it. So if you guys want to volunteer to come in and work, that's fine, but I won't be asking for help like I was in Season 2. This is going to be a different kind of a playthrough, I think. Well, we'll see how it goes. It depends on how much interest there is in you guys helping out. Like I say, you're welcome to help if you want to. I'm just not going to push for it. So here we are getting pipes and things in because we have to get the fluid wagons made. So we have engines, wagons, and fluid wagons now, and then we're going to get signals and train stops and all that stuff in just a minute. Just have to get some copper over there. We need more green circuits. on the, I'll call it a bus. It's kind of a little bus that we have here for making these things. This will all be robotized as soon as we get to robots. Of course, that will be in a bit because we won't be building Blue Science in Bubloop Town. I guess I should call it Bubloop Town because it's going to be confusing if I say Bubloop's name as a town name and also as a player name. It's going to confuse me if it doesn't confuse you guys. So here in Bubloop Town, we'll get robots in here as soon as we can to make all these items that we need a little bit more efficiently, because this is just kind of thrown together for now just to get our feet on the ground and basically to get our track laid and get things going for the real work at hand, which is going to be expanding into the towns. So while I'm doing this, Bubloop is out there in the wilds. I don't know, every once in a while you can see kind of a streak of there he goes. There he is out there. He's headed out looking for oil. He's really excited about getting oil. And so he goes out there looking for it. And I had seen it on the preview map, and I believe it was up to the northwest in the direction that he's heading. But he hit a big lake out there, and I didn't remember seeing a big lake out there on the preview map, so my recollection may not be exactly correct. So eventually he runs into some biters out there, and so he needs a rescue, but I don't end up going to the rescue because I had like 4,500 or 5,000 wooden chests queued up in my in my personal crafting, and I couldn't get out of it, so I couldn't make any weapons or anything to go help him. So he was out there. He just avoided. He was able to escape the biters and avoid contact and make his way back to the base. Here in just a minute, he'll come back, and then he shoots off to the northeast looking for oil again, and he actually finds it up there, a small deposit of oil out there. But these tracks that he's laying down, they're just temporary. They are definitely not part of the future of Factorio Towns. Those will be removed and replaced with the real tracks, because we're going to be a much better railroad in Season 3 than we were in Season 2, because it's going to be built for future-proof, I guess is the word that I'm looking for. We're going to build it for mass distribution of materials. So hopefully it'll be a lot more efficient and no bottlenecks, or few bottlenecks, as far as the trains go. Hopefully it'll work out that way. That's the plan anyway. So yeah, once we get, we did decide to get some bullets made too, because of the pressing of the biters up there against Bubloop on that corner. I don't think that they're in any danger of attacking our base at this point because of all the trees. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but there was a quick flash there where some ancient ruins were showing up on the map. That is part of that ruins mod that we're using, and I don't know what those are going to look like. I've never used that mod before, so I'll be curious to see what that looks like when we get out there and explore. Bubloop, I don't think he even saw them out there, or if he did, maybe didn't recognize that they were ruins, because he didn't go investigate them in any way. So I'm just going to assume that he didn't know that or realize that mod was on, and or have any interest in or curiosity in checking it out. So here we are making the stations and signals for the track, which means that we're just about ready to start building our hub, because Bubloop Town is going to be our main hub for everything in the towns, as usual. But it's going to actually import most of the goods that we create out there in the towns. There's not many resources here at our starter base at Bubloop Town, so we're going to have to import everything. And also, this will be the place where we resupply all of our construction needs. So we'll start out with a train, a building train, and work our way up to spiders, of course, later on. And if this I don't know. This season will probably end about the time that the release of the Space Age update comes out. I guess it's an update, or the new DLC, I guess it is. The Factorio Space Age. When that happens, then this season will end. And we will start a new season. Probably a playthrough, just a regular playthrough of the Space Age. And then we'll get into probably some more towns. Season 4 of Towns will be in the Space Age, I think. But we'll just have to see how that goes. If the devs are able to keep to their schedule of having the Space Age released in 1 year, that'll be great. We should be able to have the towns pretty well up to speed in a year. And enough episodes. That would be, well, that would be what? Maybe 100, 150 episodes, something like that, maybe. Maybe a few more than that. Maybe as many as 200 episodes. We'll just see how it goes. We're not going to do every day like we did in Season 2. We had daily episodes, but I don't think we're going to do that this season. So here we are making the train hub, and this is going to be the main delivery point for all of the resources that we bring in to Bubloop Town, and as well as kind of establish our the basis of our train network for the future. Now we're going to have to get some landfill in and some cliff explosives in to make this all work here, because Bubloop Town is a little bit crowded with trees and it's a lot of cliffs. I considered turning the cliffs off, but I left them on this time. I guess you guys kind of like to see the cliffs be worked around and whatever, so I did it for you. I hope you appreciate it. And then here we are making the stacker for the trains. And that's pretty much the end of the episode right there, guys. So thank you so much for watching. So we'll see the town grow in the next episode, and we'll look forward to seeing you there. I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and I hope that you stick around for the rest of the season. I do appreciate it. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye. There, you made it right to the end.